Okay, so who else has trouble starting a YouTube video or any video? It's hard to come up with something to say that's not corny. I know a lot of people have catchphrases, but I can't see myself doing something like that. I'm so new at this. This is only my second week, and I just want to give a sort of update. It's not an update, it's one of the exercises in week one of the Artist's Way. And yes, it's the second week that I'm doing week one because I've stretched it into 2 weeks since I was in the ER on Friday, which was the second time in 11 days, because I'm going through something, a horrible stomach thing. And I thought it was self-sabotage, and I kept motoring through it. But now I'm thinking it's the universe actually saying, you took the first step. I'm going to put you on the path to healing. I've been needing to take care of this for a very long time, to look into what's going on, because aside from going through cancer end of 2023 through end of September, end of July 2024, and then the aftercare and all that, and it's spilled over into this year, I've had other underlying conditions, and really the ones that have been the most detrimental to my being able to live a normal life are my GI issues. And I have several, like a multitude. What's going on now is completely not one that I've ever experienced. I don't know what it is yet. I will find out. I'm on the right path. I saw my GI yesterday. I called, like the hospital said, I had to follow up with the GI. I called him on Monday after speaking to my primary physician and having a telehealth with him. I called to see about scheduling an appointment, and it turned out there was an appointment the next morning at 9 a.m. Other than that, there was nothing until May 25th. So, how lucky did I get? I think it's the universe leading me. Even though it seems like an awful way to do it, it's actually maybe the way I needed to finally get me to do this thing that I have been putting off for so long. I had it scheduled multiple times. It had to be canceled every single time. This time, it cannot be. This time, I must follow through. It's scheduled. He put my mind at ease on a lot of things yesterday. He said, we're going to take care of whatever it is. He's helping me. And I'm scheduled for those tests that they do. The upper and lower thing that I have been dreading. I had the upper once, but I never had the lower. Oh my God. But I have enough time to do what I need to do to get my mind right, so that it doesn't have to be a horrible experience. It doesn't have to be a horrible experience. I'm going to do everything that I can to see to it that it goes as smoothly as possible. And I have a wonderful doctor, thank goodness. He's great at what he does. He takes my insurance. Um, so many wonderful reviews. He took his time with me, answered all my questions, put my mind at ease, and I'm feeling a lot less of a nervous wreck than I was earlier this week. So, and I got to have Easter dinner with my family. Even though I was in the ER on Friday, I felt somehow I had like I was again taken out of this reality and plopped into a different one where everything was okay on Saturday and Sunday, and I felt okay, and I was able to go out and eat with my family on Sunday, and it was just heavenly, um, because that's not something I get to do a lot. Now, I thought, should I end my first week in the middle of the week and start week 2 in the middle of the week, or should I just stretch it out and finish the exercises? And I felt it was very important for me to finish these exercises, so that's what I did. One of the ones that I still had to do, because I've done 9 out of the 10 at the end of the chapter, and all of them that are contained within the chapter itself. The first week's recovering a sense of safety, I've done all of them. Some of them have multiple parts to them. I've done every part. Except for one. I think that's one of the exercises. But the lifetimes, I chose Storyteller, and I have a story to tell you. Let me remind myself what it was, because I made a whole list of stories that I want to tell you. And I've done so many takes that I forget what I said in which take. So please forgive me. Again, these will get better. I will get better. I don't have the proper lighting, the proper equipment. I'm trying to do these in a way that's not planned or sparkly or, professional and shiny, and, I just want them to be real. If no one watches them, no one watches them, but I want them to be genuine and real. So I remember now. I wanted to tell you about this thing that happened to me years ago when I was in my 20s, and I lived in Brooklyn, and I used to take rides into the city all the time, into the village, and there was this magazine called Free Spirit. It was one of those free magazines that had all of these articles on, alternative health modalities, and they had all these ads with people specializing in various modalities, like holistic dentistry and naturopathic physician and hypnotists, and just so many things. And I wanted to do them all. I was so drawn to that, and I thought if I had the money, I would just go and try everything. flotation tank, and that's had a revival, and people are doing that now. So that's something I would love to try. But there was past life regression, and there still is, and I really wanted to do this. There was a woman who had a website, and I used to follow her website, and she was awesome, and I believe she still has her website up. I don't want to mention any names, but I used to visit her website almost every day because she was dedicated to keeping it updated. She was really thorough in her research. I really admired her in her getting all the information and getting well-rounded information, like really being on top of things. And she had like everything on her website, everything to do with paranormal, UFOs, energetic modalities, just anything you can think of in terms of the unknown, right? And things that were not traditional. I look a mess. This is my hair grown in from being bald from chemo. I haven't gotten a trim because I cannot afford one, because I am living off of a GoFundMe, which is running out. And that's just where I'm at. I'm objectively stating where I'm at. But let me get back to the story. So I knew she did past life regression. I really trusted her because I saw her work ethic, her devotion, she was methodical. She was immersed in this stuff. This was like her labor of love, right? And plus she looked like a really cool woman, and I wanted to meet her. So I made an appointment with her. And as my appointment came up, as the day came, I took the train out there. But before I left the house, I said a prayer, and I asked that, all of my angels be with me, the archangels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, my guides, my family in the light, my ancestors, my family that had crossed over, my father, my grandmother, I asked for everyone to come with me and to just, be my protection. So anyway, I get to her house. Wait. I get to her place. I take the elevator up. She lives in this beautiful condo by the water, overlooking the water. And she opens the door, and I come in, and she's got the door open, and she's like, and she's waiting, and she's like, you brought everyone with you. I'm just waiting for them all to come in. And I was blown away. Like, what are the chances? That was one of the many such experiences in my life that I will always remember, and that make it so that there's no way I'm going to deny that there's something more happening. She completely saw, not only that, but like my prayers, they actually were heard and answered, and they came, and she saw them, and they were with me. And I mean, that moment blew my mind, and it still blows my mind to this day. I had completely forgotten about it until I was writing down ideas for stories, because I have another such story which is also amazing. But then I thought about this one, and I was like, oh my God, yeah, I want to tell that one. So that's my storytelling for week 1. Although I'm going to make the storytelling a part of my videos, I'm going to do another lifetime next week, and I don't know which one I'll do, but yeah, I just thought it would be fun to incorporate the storytelling. And I don't know if I finished, because I keep not finishing my thoughts. When I found out that Dochi had her channel and that she did The Artist's Way, I started watching her channel and other videos on it. And I saw that before she started The Artist's Way, when she was around 19, I guess. Actually, when she was younger, because she started it at 16. But somewhere between 16 and 19, she was still very young. She started doing various, topics for videos, and one of them was story time. And not only does this woman have a magnificent head on her shoulders since she was young, she's brilliant. She's so talented. And she's a fantastic storyteller. She's hilarious. I would recommend that you watch her Tiny Desk concert. But if you're offended by explicit lyrics, stay away. Just don't. You won't like it. But if you are not, and you enjoy rap and jazz and soul and gospel even, watch her Tiny Desk concert. Oh my goodness, she is an all-around artist, and she's one of my muses now. I've got about 5, and since I don't have anyone in my immediate life to count myself as the average of the 5 people I spend the most time with, I've decided to collect muses. And I've got 5 wonderful, completely inspirational muses, and they have a running theme. They're all completely authentically themselves. They all practice their art in a way that satisfies their artistic inclinations. They don't do it for an audience. They would do it even if there wasn't an audience. And they're geniuses at it. They are open to a higher source, A few of them outright cite God. Others acknowledge that there is something higher that they don't understand, but they know that sometimes they are pushing and forcing and nothing's coming, and other times things just flow and they don't even know where it's coming from, and it comes through complete, and it's better than they could ever have done it if they tried. So where did that come from? So they are open to the fact that they are a channel for the flow, the creativity, and they're just real. They're people who give a shit, and they're people who care to make a difference in the in the world and in the lives of the people around them. And I really resonate with that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my story. I hope you found it as amazing as I did. And I hope that if you were wondering if this kind of thing is really real, that gives you some, I don't know, some kind of proof that there is something going on. I swear to you, hand to heart, I swear to you, that's a true story. That's completely true. Not one iota of it was made up. That's completely true.